You are listening to I Hate Average podcast featuring Jay from the Bronx.
What's going on, people? It's your boy Jay. I Hate Average podcast. We're back at it. Uh, Messed up last week. Had some technical difficulties, but so there was no episode last week. But thank you guys for continuing to check in. I appreciate it. So that the week before last, we had a great episode with Rashawn Miller. We talked about mental health and particularly mental health with black men and the black community. Very interesting, great information, great content. I hope you guys checked out Renshawn and the things that he's doing. I hope you guys, looked within yourselves and, got help if you feel you need help, or just to check it out, right? It's nothing wrong with therapy. I'm actually been looking into, finding a personal therapist just to get my head right. I think just even if I just go for a couple of months, just to figure things and guide my crazy ship, right? So definitely great interview with Renshawn 2 weeks ago. I've been getting some good feedback on it, so I think it was a positive vibe, and this week is definitely no exception. You know what? Let me introduce my guest the right way. So, do you suffer from emotional stress? Do you suffer from uh, pain from your past, relationship problems, family drama? My next guest has the answers. Yes, and her answer is sex. Sex is medicine. Sex is the new medicine. And that's what I'm discussing with my guest, Negesti. She is a sensual lifestyle consultant. Definitely cool profession. Milayo Negesti. I'm sorry, I said her last name first. I apologize. Milayo Negesti. Great information she gives. A positive energy. And we discuss how the energy exchange of sex has healing powers. Understanding everyone has a different sex personality. We talked about that. We talked about sex issues, getting how to get the medicine out of sex, how to get the right things out of sex, how to approach sex with the right mind state. Why people have problems with sex. Why people have problems being open about sex, even though they do it every day. We discussed all of that. Great. Check out. This is probably one of my longest interviews, if not the second longest. Great. It was a lot of fun, a lot of great information. You guys definitely should check out Malayo and maybe get a reading, right? So just hit her up, get a reading. She'll just tell her your birthday and she'll give you a reading. It's not, a phenomenal amount of money. It's a decent amount, and check it out. Definitely. But first, listen to this interview. Milayo Negesti. All right, everyone. I have here with me Milayo Negesti. How are you, Milayo?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for your time. I appreciate it. So you are a sensual lifestyle consultant. Can you, before
hmm
we get into the interview, can you just explain what you do?
Certainly. I do a number of things, and they are all rooted in teaching people the bridge between spirituality, sensuality, and sexuality. And I support people in exploring those aspects of their lives and merging them,
Okay,
as well as demystifying um, what sensuality and sexuality are, so that people know the truth and have a personal relationship with it that improves the quality of their lives. That's it in a nutshell.
definitely. So what got you started with that? Um, because I seen some of your have been looking at some of your content. You saying and you say that sex is the energy exchange. When did you develop that philosophy, and what got you started with your work?
I developed that philosophy maybe in 2006, so that's like 11 years ago.
Okay.
After going through a spiritual rites of passage where there was some focus on sensuality and spirit more from a feminine perspective. It was
Okay.
very rooted in femininity. And I guess I had a spiritual awakening.
Okay.
And as a result, I tapped into my ability to support people in healing through body work and massage and different healing modalities.
Okay.
And then what was missing from my spiritual teaching was the sexual piece. It was sex was seen as something that was taboo or excluded, and I naturally was drawn to discovering more about it because I had a natural relationship or aptitude or comfort with the energy.
Okay.
And so I started to study Tantra and the Tao and added my own flair and color to it and learned more, became a holistic health consultant, and was able to fuse just different components of healing with
Definitely.
with sex and stuff.
So why do you think that 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 mindset of sexuality is so taboo? It's something that everyone does. People are making babies all the time. People are having sex all the time, but it's something that people don't talk about. It's something that they do every day, but they don't talk about it. Why do you think that is?
I think because we're all crazy. We're crazy. We're
Yeah.
like out of our damn minds, and have been mis we have been undereducated
Okay.
and oftentimes miseducated when it comes to what sex is, because sex is very powerful, and I like to refer to the world as upside down backwards world. So a lot of what we've been taught has been to keep us um, away from the truth and to keep us away from our power. Why? It's a whole nother,
Yeah.
set of questions and answers, but we are to find ourselves and to discover ourselves. So we're basically walking around confused. Like everybody came here through sex. I don't know
Of
how
course.
else you arrive here. So for people to have come here through sex, but then to really believe that sex is evil and it's the root of evil, just like money, which is crazy.
It is. Yeah.
Try living without either of them for a long time. You're gonna be sick. You're gonna be
Yeah.
hungry. You're gonna be
It's true.
aggravated. So yeah, that's what I think. I think we're just crazy. We believe we go for the okey doke,
Yeah.
um, and we give our power away a lot. And because sex is so powerful, we're okay with just doing it kind of haphazardly and not digging in deep. Only some people have a calling to dig in deeper and to really learn about what how healing it can be
Definitely.
for us.
So you do believe that people can, let's say you have emotional issues and you have basically emotional scars of like trauma in your childhood or family issues. You think that there is a place for sex that can heal you emotionally.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Without a doubt. Yes, I believe that
And
sex,
for
I
before
say
you
sex
answer
is
it, is it for
medicine.
men and women? Before you answer that, is it for men and women or just mainly for
Yeah.
women?
Nah, that would be unfair. No way, no way. No, no. I call sex medicine. Sex is medicine. And so it is medicine for both people. It's
Okay.
healing, and if used misused, it can be destructive. So yeah, sex is healing, self is transformative, sex is balancing, it is uplifting, it is prayer. It is a way to plug into to God.
Mm.
um, it's the way to create, whether you want to create life or give life to a project or a vision and an idea. That's what sex is for. It's for healing and manifestation and pleasure, of course.
Yes. So how do you put yourself in that mindset? Because me, I know me. Maybe it's just my ADD, but sometimes my mind just wanders when I'm having sex, and I it's hard for me to stay present. So how did you and when did you discover how to stay present?
Well, as a card carrying member of the ADHD season, you don't even have like the hyperactive part. I'm hyperactive with mine. So it takes work and it's a discipline. It's a
Yeah,
discipline. So I like to encourage my clients to prepare themselves for sex, just like they would prepare for anything else that they were going to get involved in where they wanted to succeed. You don't go to a job interview in holy clothes or, without taking a bath or a shower that day. You
that's
don't
true.
go play football without being geared up. So if
It's
you
true.
come to a sexual energy exchange with a condom and that's all you have is your preparation, a hard on, a condom, and maybe, a wet pussy, then good
Yeah.
luck. You know what I'm saying? And attraction. You're going to need more than that. So I like to encourage my clients to really um, to do a few things. Relax through breaths, focusing on very deep breaths. This
Hmm.
stuff is easy. It's not rocket science because
No.
we're wired for it. We're
Yeah.
hardwired for it. So you breathe, um, give yourself time to connect with your body. Be present with everything that you're feeling. You want to talk to yourself, just like your coach will give you a pep talk before you go in the game. You want to do
Yeah.
the same thing. You're your own coach. So before you have sex, you gotta like say some positive stuff because if you've been through some stuff,
That's true.
where you're scared, you don't want to get brokenhearted, your abandonment comes up, right?
That's true.
Your fear of being used comes up, fear of pregnancy, fear of STD, performance
Yeah.
issues,
So all of
premature
that causes physical
ejaculation,
tension.
all of it,
Yeah.
all of it, all of it. So you gotta like take a chill pill without actually taking a pill and just bring yourself to the here and now. Be grateful. I like to promote that more than anything, and tantra really teaches that because you always tell your partner or your lover thank you. You always thank your lover, and they may look at you like you're crazy
Yeah,
because they're not used to
definitely.
doing that, but it is normal. Just like if somebody says I love you to me, I thank them. I don't just say I love you back. I'm not a robot, and if that's not where I'm at right then and there, I'm always in a place of gratitude. So thank you for loving me. Thank you
Mhm.
for being comfortable enough to say it to me. So that's what you do with your partner. If you can't breathe deeply or you can't do anything, at least say thank you. At least be be grateful that the person shared themselves with you. They're sharing their space, their time. They could be anywhere doing anything or anybody else.
That's true.
So, yeah, just come with gratitude, and gratitude brings you to the present and opens us up to more, to abundance, to juiciness, to yumminess, to deliciousness. So, yeah, those are just some of the things that I talk to people about.
Definitely.
You got me lit. I was sleepy, Jay.
Uh, so about the energy exchange, is it something that let's say you're with your partner and they might not be on that level spiritually with you. So do you present it on do you audibly say, I'm ready to exchange energy with you, or is it just something that happens automatically?
It is totally automatic. Energy is everything. So, it's your life force. It's what animates you and what causes you to move in your body. And it's subtle and it's everywhere. And it's what attracts us to each other.
Hmm.
It's energy that moves the sperm. You know what I'm saying? Like,
True.
how is it swimming?
That's
So
true.
energy is active all the time. And just like, if somebody's in a bad mood and they may be smiling, but something's off with them. It's the energy that you become aware of. So when it's sex, the person is bringing their energy. They're bringing that good energy or they're bringing that stanky energy. And if you are in a place where you're like, there's no time you're not having an energy exchange. So
That's
you
true.
just have the conversation. We're about to have a sexual energy exchange where, this is not like shaking our hand.
You're
we're
right.
about to we're gonna plug into each other.
That's true.
And
Literally.
this is yes, this is how we this is, I'm putting my plug in your socket, and this
Yeah,
is where that energy, that strong, the center of the energy is. And so I want you to be aware that what we're doing is not just something arbitrary, and it matters to me. And that just changes the awareness. They don't have to be magical, know that they're magical anyway, or hocus pocus. It's just on some, like, I call it a sexual energy exchange, because although it's physical, everything is energetic as well.
definitely. So, how do you, for couples that's been together for a while, and I think that's how I discovered you. I was just looking for content or just on how to basically spice things up because not that there's something wrong with in relationships, but just that when you're with someone for a while, and things just start to become routine. So how do you stay present and stay grateful?
By staying present and staying grateful.
But how is sometimes maybe it's
um,
that simple. Maybe it is that simple.
it is. It's a choice. It's a choice. So yes, you're with your partner for some time. You all got into a groove, which is, you're out of the phase of romance and excitement, right? The new
Yes.
love phase. So you know all of their f ups and they know yours.
Yes.
They get on your nerves, you get on theirs. That kind of stuff.
Yes.
So it's about agreements and it's about choices. So one of your agreements can be that no matter what, we are always going to speak to each other candidly and honestly from our hearts.
Okay.
Or no matter what, even if we're upset with each other, we're going to make sure that intimacy is at the top of our list, because it's medicine and it's healing. And after we are intimate, we will always feel more connected to each other again. So the communication before you're doing anything physical, having a real open, honest communication, because as the relationship changes and it moves into another phase, you're going to need to respond to each other differently. You can't really expect to deal with it the way you did when things were new, warm, and fuzzy. I mean,
True.
that's what we do, but that's ridiculous. Like,
Yeah, you're
like
right.
I know all about you now. Your representative has left the building, so I'm gonna need this new version of you or the real version of you. I'm going to have to adapt, and then so now we have to have some conversations about what it really means to love you. And some of those things might be the same, but a lot of them may have changed as well. So I like to reinforce having really open communication, and
Okay.
then your sexual needs can then be different as well. Like, I miss the spontaneity. I miss that you used to just take it anytime, anywhere, because you really showed that you were attracted to me. So that's
True.
something that you start to do again. So you start to take it. You know what I'm saying? I,
Yes.
I recommend taking it. I recommend taking it. And what really works is making the agreement or the arrangement to do it consistently for a certain number of days.
Wow.
That will save a relationship. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Like, you be like, look, boo, the 7 days
No
straight,
matter what. No matter.
no matter what, kids, work schedules, whatever, 7 days straight. I mean, that's a small goal. It may seem lofty because life happens, but
Yeah,
sometimes you could do 21 days. 21
that's
days will
true.
change your habit. 30 days will give you revelation around a situation.
True.
So, but try with 7 straight days. It could be 20 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, but it's 7 days of y'all plugging into each other. That way, your relationship will be revived. And even if you're tired, no matter, no excuses. Get the mother freaking sex. Get
Yeah.
it. Yes.
So, speaking, you just said 5 minutes, 10 minutes. So, are you able to have conscious tantric sex, sensual sex with is it a time frame or is it just the mind state?
You know, it, that's such a really great question. Um, Tantra is a lifestyle.
Okay.
So we focus on sex, but Tantra is life.
Okay.
So, what I will say is that you can have a very long, drawn out session that allows for a tremendous amount of discovery and healing to take place, where you have hours where you just really get into each other and allow each other to open up. You can have those, but trust me, just as you could change things with the way you feel by sneezing, you know what I'm saying? You got
True.
congestion, a quick sneeze can give you some relief, or a quick drink of water, or stepping out in the sunlight from being in the dark,
True.
just those things. A quickie is definitely an insta dose of endorphins.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yes, there's value in the quickie. There is
Okay.
the
Definitely.
excitement, the adrenaline rush. I love a longie.
Of
I'm an
course.
advocate
Yeah.
for a longie,
Of course.
but a quickie will do it too. So
So
get them
if you
in
could
5 minutes, 10 minutes.
if you could do a quickie for 7 days straight, you could save a relationship.
Trust it. Trust it. Trust 7 days straight, wherever, kitchen, bathroom, car. Please don't do it in the bed every day. Good Lord. All everywhere.
Oh, so you don't advise that.
No way. Get out of here. It's boring. I'm telling you. I mean, that's what we do. And we just keep it in the bed because we don't have the same fire.
That's true.
It's just in the bed. It's routine. You roll over. She put her leg up to the side or whatever. You know,
So
bathroom,
always,
kitchen, hallway,
so always
floor.
true, true. All at the neighbor's house, anything, right?
Yes, yes. In your friend's house, in the bathroom. Yes. Restaurant, in the back. Yes, yes.
So, so as long as you're conscious and so, so you when someone calls you and they're having issues and they need some consultation, what's some of the first questions you ask to see where they're at centrally?
You know what's wild? The questions I ask don't have anything to do with their sensuality.
Oh wow.
I'm a numerologist,
Okay.
so I ask people their birthday.
That's
I start with
interesting.
I start with yeah, yeah. I make an assessment of what's going on with you, who you are based on your date of birth. Because your date of birth tells me what your lessons are around sex.
Hmm.
If you tell me your whole name, then I know what your personality is when it comes to sex, and I know what you want from your heart when it comes to sex.
That's a little
So
scary. That's
it's on point every time. They
wow.
never numbers never lie, and so that's what I do. So I can tell you, that this is you're kind of slated to have this kind of lessons or this kind of experience, and these are the adjustments that you need to make for you before you look at your partner. And I'm about that because I'm a strong advocate for people knowing that they are creating their own reality
Oh, so
through a
you don't
book.
ask the partner's date of birth at all? Like you always ask the
Oh yeah, yeah,
individual.
yeah. I'll get theirs too, but I'm really because I need to know what their compatibility is. So if I get your name just by the first initial of each name, I can see what the attraction is based on.
Ah,
And then I get their date of birth and their date of birth, put it together and see what their primary lessons are around sex and how they approach it and what they can do. So yeah, sure.
wow.
But focusing on you is paramount.
Okay.
Hmm. You're the one
That's,
that needs to make the adjustment. I mean,
so let's say a woman, let's say that's what's a roundabout age, 50-year-old woman, she's not happy. It's basically saying her husband's, her husband's older, so he's not pleasing her anymore. So you'll ask her information before you even think about his, even though
definitely.
she's saying that it's him, that he's the issue.
Definitely. I mean, how could he be the issue when she is in a relationship with him? So, I mean, if she removed herself from a situation that she really felt wasn't working for her, then it would be about her. It's always going to be about her. So she, based on what her needs, wants, her mental state, her emotional state, her physical state, which could, focus on her health, finances, stuff like that. All of that has her in this relationship. So we need
Mm.
to look at what's going on with her relationship with herself that would
Wow.
have her in a relationship that is not getting her needs met. It always
Mm.
comes back to home,
That's
your home. You
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. So, we figure it out and then we look at him and, see if staying in that serves her or not.
It's very, very
Hmm.
interesting. So something, let's say now I want to just start focusing on being more conscious and being more aware of things sexually. So you saying, like, let's say tonight I want to start. So you're saying just the deep breathing and focusing and just staying in a positive mindset that could change something overnight.
Yes. It can change it in a minute. I mean, all we have are moments. That's all we have. Life is a combination of moments, moments upon
Okay.
moments. So every moment you have the opportunity to make a change. It's
Wow.
just like that, just like that. So, yeah, you want to change your because you're running a program. You're running a program around what it means to be how it is you're supposed to be sexual in your relationship right now. This is just a program, so you need to reprogram yourself. And how do you do
Definitely.
that? You want to have a different conversation with yourself around sex. You want to be really honest with yourself. You want to be frank. Like, yo, Jay, you want some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, this, you know what I'm saying? Like, you done got stuck in a rut, my man. Like, what we gonna do here? Who was I when it was popping? What's
Hey,
different?
it's true.
And then you're like, oh, well, this is what was happening. Okay, well, how much of that can I bring back? And how can I make adjustments to really support who I am right now? Because if I'm a different person in a different space, then I might have some different needs. I might need to
Uh,
give myself something different. I might need some support. I might need a sexual enhancement pill because there's something going on with me. I might need to make an adjustment with my diet because I'm a little older now. My testosterone levels low. I might need to exercise. I got a belly. I don't feel sexy anymore. Whatever.
it's true.
Yeah, I got gray hair. Oh my! I saw my wife looking at this young dude and it messed me up. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a real straightforward conversation with yourself, and then from there you have your plan of action. I like to tell people to scan themselves and
Mm.
then immediately have a plan of action or correction right away. It's
I,
not it's not that difficult. In stages.
yeah, definitely. So when you first started your work and you started discovering things, how was you able to be like open about it? Like once you started seeing things within yourself and you knew the work that you wanted to do, how with friends and family, how was you able to be so open about it? Because the topic of sex is so taboo. So how was you so open about working and basically doing sex work?
Cause I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
I think I'm hardwired to be I'm hardwired to be rebellious.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm hardwired to take risks, and I've always been a person, even as a child, to talk openly about sex. As a
Mm.
child, I mean, a little kid, this was something that I talked about. I made up stories. Like, I was really fascinated with the energy and the expression of it. So it's always
And
been
you
a
would you
part
would
of
tell
me.
your friends when you was younger.
Yes, yes, yes. I mean, like, candidly, vividly, like, as a kid, I mean, a kid, little kid, we used to play outside, so outside, just talking about it and talking about love and talking about relationships, those things were always a big deal for me. And I've always been the healer type. I've been the nurturer. I've been the servant. I've been, the person that was working with the earth and plants and flowers and really fascinated by that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So healing was a part of my foundation. Telling stories or communication was a part. Loving love was a part. So they just all kind of came together, and like my family, they think I'm crazy, but they know I'm crazy. They
But
know
they
I'm
so they
crazy.
it's something they always knew, so it's nothing new. It's nothing.
Yeah, they like she's bugged. So they just like whatever. They're like, how do you? I'm like, you
But
know,
it's interesting that people would look at you funny, but after they look at you funny, they go home and have sex. So why would they? Why is it something that they deem as bad, but then they do?
because we're liars. So I said we were crazy. We're
Yeah.
also liars. We're
Uh,
liars. We like to hide. Um, and we've just been taught that it's something that is really supposed to be private
yeah.
and a secret, but that's not helping us grow. It's not helping us heal. And a lot of those secrets and things that are kept in the dark that shouldn't be, they kind of, if you imagine still water, just kind of going rancid and sour, and that's what happens. And so a lot of traumatic experiences are taking place as a result of people abusing and misusing sexual energy.
Mm,
And so that's happening in our communities and in our families. And people, because of the secret or they don't want to talk about it, they just let these things happen. And people are growing up in pain. And
wow.
so that's a lot of the reason as well. People are growing up in pain. Their relationship with sex from the very beginning was associated with pain and trauma and hiding and lying and
Wow.
covering up, fear, confusion. This is like, the standard, unfortunately, but it all stems from older people trying to hide it or protect themselves from something uncomfortable or protect the young people, but not really protect them.
Yeah.
Because how are we're protected when we are informed.
Wow. That's powerful. That's true. That's very true. That's very
Yeah,
very
so
true.
that's what I feel is happening. So,
S-
we don't want to talk about it. It's uncomfortable, but we want it. We need
Uh,
it.
yeah. So speaking, you was just talking about lying and hiding things. So as a healer, I'm sure you get this question a lot about cheating. What is it
Ah,
about people about having doing taboo things like having secret sex? What is it? Is it like a pain that they have? What is it with people that you see dealing with people in these issues? What's something like a pattern that you see?
Um, well, it's a few people like to. All right, so I said I'm a numerologist. So some people, it's just in their chart to
Hmm.
hide,
Wow.
lie, keep secrets, um, steal. So they steal sex, or
So cheating is stealing
take it,
sex.
yeah, taking it and hiding it, like
Hmm.
hiding or hoarding. Some people are more geared toward that kind of behavior, or they are can have a tendency to make things deviant when they don't need to be. So you have that in
Hmm.
somebody's birth chart, something for them to go through and grow through, right? Then you have people who just like the idea of getting away with it. And some people
Oh,
just like to be able to get away with it. It's a control thing. I can do this and you cannot know about it. So
wow.
you got a whole bunch of people who cheat for that reason. Then you got people who they just lie. So cheating is lying.
Yeah.
They just lie. People
So
who just lie all the time.
if okay, so I just to play devil's advocate, if you feel that sex is healing, how could they be healing and hiding at the same time?
That's a goodie. So sex is healing, period.
Yeah.
Because of what happens to the body chemically
Okay.
based on like your endocrine system, how your body physically or physiologically responds to sex. Sex is physically healing, right? Now,
Yes.
if you have the consciousness of actually bringing all of the aspects or components of yourself to the sexual experience and saying that we are here to be healed, just like you say, I'm going to the doctor, I'm going to the emergency room because I want this chronic headache to go away,
Okay.
right?
Yep.
That is deliberate. You're making an effort. You're going to this place. You have this expectation. It's something that's communicated, and it's a place where treatment exists.
Yeah.
So that's how you would be approaching it. Now, so somebody who is going to cheat, the person who is your lover could be the person who has that medicine for you. You know, like your person at home
Wow, that's a good
may
spin on it. That's a good way of thinking.
they can. I'm not saying I'm not justifying it, but
Yeah, yeah,
at
yeah.
home, at home, you know, the mate don't get wet for you. They don't get hard for you. Y'all got beef. You on the brink of breaking up. You don't like how they smell, whatever. And so you're out. You're with somebody who you feel happy with. You feel enlivened with. You feel more like yourself with.
Mm.
That's real. That's what really happens.
It's
So
true.
your healing is taking place outside of your home. The
Wow.
cheating exists because there's deceit, because you have an agreement with the person at home and you're breaking the agreement. And I'm assuming the agreement is to be monogamous.
Yes.
So cheating is breaking an agreement. And I don't really, cheating is like you're playing a game. It implies that you're playing a game and you are changing the rules.
Mm.
So that's what people are doing. They're breaking agreements and changing rules. And so I advocate for people having open relationships. And people are like, you're crazy and why would you lie and you want to share? But y'all accept cheating, just like you
Yeah.
don't talk about sex, but you know you're still doing it, and you want to talk about open relationships are not what's popping, and polyamory is not what's popping, but you all are in
But they do
open
it. Yeah.
relationships and
Yeah.
polyamory.
That's true. Yeah, absolutely. You're
You
right.
know, they just that's for the
It's
people
just
who
that they're
want.
hiding it. They're doing it, but they're
That's
hiding.
it.
Yeah.
That's it. That's for the people who cheat because they want to have control. Those are the ones who don't want to have polyamory or open relationship
Mm.
because they want to be able to continue to do what they do and have you in the same position you are in, maintaining the old agreement
Wow.
while they do whatever they want to do. Okay?
Yeah.
So,
So you think
yes.
someone that accepts polyamory? Do you think that they're more evolved emotional person? They're more realistic.
You got a whole bunch of different kind of people doing it now. So, I mean, a person who's doing it with success, where it's working for them, absolutely, totally,
Right.
because it takes it's very responsible. It's responsible. It's respectful. It will mature you. You understand me? You gonna have your big girl panties and your big boy boxer briefs on when
Yeah.
you try to engage in that kind of relationship because
Wow.
you're faced with all of your fears and your insecurities.
And you're still
You're
going
faced,
for it. Yeah.
yes, but then they go away.
Yeah.
If you decide that you want to work through this and this is a part of your personal development and your evolution, and it ain't for everybody.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
are supposed to be monogamous. Some people are supposed to be polyandrous. Some people are supposed to be
So
polygamous.
within your studies, like doing numerology, you see people's reading where they it's just in them to be monogamous.
Oh yeah. Oh
Mm.
yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you are a person who has like a 2 in your chart, you like partnership and you really want to just be um with one person playing a supportive role generally. But like if you have threes in your chart, you like to have two people easily. That's normal for you. Two people are easy. If you have fives in your chart, you might be good with 4 or 5 folk at a time, you know? Because the variety and really like being scattered or diversifying the energy, those two numbers like a lot. Nines, they like a lot of love because they love everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
so the
ones
numbers.
they need to be by themselves.
Yeah, the ones will cheat because they are selfish.
Oh, okay.
So a one will cheat when they are out of balance because and it's all about them and they don't
Yeah.
care about anybody else. A
Okay.
one will do it. Mhm.
Wow. This
Mhm.
is very, very interesting stuff. Um, I don't want to keep you all night. I got one more question. Just talk about you do your retreats. Can you just talk about what happens at the retreats? Like what do you present to people? If you can, if you can. I don't want to stuff that you can tell.
Oh.
Stuff that you can tell.
Oh, I can definitely tell. It depends on the retreat. So there are different kinds of retreats, and there are different, themes. I present a variety of things. I'm really diverse.
Okay.
So I do body work demonstrations. I do um, what I call penis praise and worship, which is teaching women how to really honor and worship a man's phallic,
And before
and
before
make
you
it.
go into that,
Uh-huh.
I just want to know, just because I know you're online, like, do feminists hate you because just that fact, talking about praising men's penises? Do you get like hate mail from women?
No, I know I don't get. Listen, I don't get any hate on everything. I just had that conversation yesterday. I was like, I get no hate and I get no shade. I was
That's
like, I must
great.
not be controversial
That's
enough.
great. That's great. That is great.
But they mad at me. I know they're mad at me.
Yeah, just
But
just the title of the class.
yes,
I just know it's
yes,
women that'll probably cursing underneath their breath when they.
yes, yes. They hate me. But I was told that they probably not gonna come for me because they think I'm crazy, and
Okay.
and my response might be something that they don't want, so they
Yeah,
leave me
yeah.
alone.
It
I'm
makes
like, okay,
sense. It makes
I
sense.
can I can rock with that.
Yeah.
But so I do penis praise and worship. I teach body to body glide, and I do body to body glide massage, which is a full body massage using my full body.
Okay.
I guide people in meditation. I do rituals around the sexual energy. I guide people through orgasmic into and through orgasmic states. I do sensual movement. I do sensual sweat, which is like a sauna experience. So there's soul sweats. I call them
Hmm.
sensual soul sweats. And so the retreat could be a sweat for the entire day, and it teaches you self care using the elements. So you're using air, fire, water, earth. Depending on where they are, they're Atlanta, they're Florida, in Miami, they're New York. So the experience is different depending on where we are, but they're
Okay.
always awesome.
Oh, so you
Uh,
do New York retreats?
I do definitely.
Okay. I gotta come to one. I
Definitely.
gotta come to.
You should. You should. I have one coming up in May in Miami, and I have one coming up in September in Jamaica.
Oh wow.
So they're different. There's energy work. People having full body orgasm. People are learning different techniques. They're learning how to tap into their body and just be more delicious and more present and aware. And they're learning about spirituality and knowing not to exclude spirituality from their sex. And learning that if you're not sensual, then your sex is lame. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Definitely.
if you're not sensual, why bother? So
Makes sense.
yes,
Yeah.
the workshops are like that.
Okay. So how can people reach out to you if they need consultation, they need help, they need to open up? How can they reach out to you?
You can reach out to me. You can send me an email. My email address is what would Milayo say at gmail.com. And Milayo is spelled Milayo. You can find me on Facebook. I'm there running my mouth all day. Facebook, I am Milayo Negesti. That's Milayo Negesti. You just put me in the search, find me there. You can find me on Instagram. I'm Sensual Lifestyle Consultant on Instagram. Uh, and those are the primary ways to find me
Okay.
and to book a session. The session that I do like off the rip for people who really just want some quick answers because they're having a sexual issue or a blockage or just confusion, and they want to shift, they want to change, they want to feel good,
Yeah.
they want to feel good. um, I do what's called a sensexual numerology profile, and so
Okay.
that gives you like a very um, quick picture of, it's like an hour consultation, and we get into what's going on with you and how you can make some quick adjustments to invite more pleasure. And we talk about the past, present, and future relationship with sex.
Mm.
And that's like a spiritual process where I do a divination or a reading to see what has you where you are and where you end up, and then you know that it's like it's holistic. I like to keep things holistic.
Definitely.
So that's what I do with everybody. So if you're
Okay.
going to be a long-term client, we do that. If your client is just coming through for that, that works too.
Okay. Definitely. I really appreciate your time. I'm sorry I got you out so late, but thank you so much for your time. Great information.
Thank
And you're
you.
doing great work, and you're having people be more open minded about something that they do every day, and it's great. I thank you once again.
I thank you. I thank you very much because I've done many interviews, but this is the best interview. I'm gonna tell you
Oh,
why. Although I'm not like lit
wow.
crazy like I can be with a lot,
Yeah.
the interviews are usually with women, so the
Okay.
energy is different. It's like a sister circle, and
Okay.
this is different. I feel like you bring this really stable masculine energy, and it feels good. I like the way that I'm responding to your energy. Your energy is yummy,
Oh,
so thank
thank
you.
you. Thank you. I
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Yep. There you have it. That's my interview with Milayo Negesti. Told you it was a lot of fun. Great content. I hope you guys definitely hit her up for a reading, even if it's just one. I think it's a different perspective on something that we do every day. Um, I think I'm gonna do it, and when I do it, I'm gonna let y'all know about it. Just it's just interesting. It's a different mindset, and I like her positive energy about sex because it's something that people do, and they try to make it seem secretive, but it's not secretive because it's something that is a natural need, right? So no matter who you are or what you are, uh, sex is sex comes up in your life, especially as an adult. The older you are, so if it's gonna come up, why not be open about it? Why not be positive about it? Why is there such a negative connotation on things? So I definitely want to hit her up. I'm gonna get a reading, and I'm gonna let you guys know about it. It may not be this week, but most likely in 2 weeks I'll let you guys know about it. All right. But anyway, thank you guys for checking us out. I Hate Average Podcast. Another fun week. I definitely really, really, really appreciate the support you guys give me. Um, it's it's kind of overwhelming because it's something. This is just like a hobby idea that I had last year, and just how people check it out, listen to it, give me feedback. It's crazy. It's really it's crazy to me, and it's a lot of fun, and I'm definitely it motivates me to do more and more and more, and thank you again. So thank you guys for listening. Always hit me up on Twitter. I Hate Average JAY, Instagram I Hate Average Podcast, Snapchat I Hate Average JAY. I got the Facebook page I Hate Average Podcast. What else I got? The email. You can email me show@averagej.com. Any way you want to reach me, please give feedback. If you love it, if you hate it, if you got questions, you have guest ideas, definitely hit me up. Thank you guys for another great week, and I'll talk to you guys next week.